What's going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chunky! I didn't say.
Eat your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a great day so far. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Good Friday. I hope you guys have some great weekend Easter plans. Yeah, I'll be here. I'm just thinking, like, I don't have anything planned for Easter. Yeah, I'm gonna be here working on court. So, if you guys want to hang out, let's go. What do I have tonight? You guys want to watch some court? I want to watch some court. Let's watch some court. I've got two cases tonight. I've got a Judge O'Donnell clip and a Judge McNally clip. We have Judge Spicy and Judge Dad tonight. And yeah, that's it. I don't know if there's an and. I do have I am working on I don't want to call it a project, but I've been putting together a bunch of small clips that I don't have places to put. And I was going to make a complete video of those. And I do have one that I want to share at the end of this video. So if you guys behave, if you're on your best behavior, and everyone's nice and plays along, I will play a turtle clip tonight. We'll get a little bonus at the end of the stream. But that's at the end. You guys have to behave yourselves to get that. Yeah, let's just do it. We're gonna start with Judge Spicy, and yeah, we've got a guy that did something terrible. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He did something terrible to an elderly person, and he's going to pay the price. Judge Spicy is going to let it do that for us. I am just rambling. Let's just play the video. Before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe to your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
Seated. Serrano.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, I do also want to say, I amplified this audio about 400%. Judge O'Donnell has the worst audio in all of court. It's at about 1%, and I jacked it up. If I jack it up any higher, it's going to be bad. You're going to hear feedback. This is still a struggle. Like how much work I had to do this audio just so you could kind of hear it was ridiculous. So hopefully it's playable and we don't have to skip it.
Present in the matter of State of Ohio versus Timothy Walker, case number 24-CR001140. The defendant is present in court with defense counsel Chad Mulkey. We were previously in court on January 29th, 2025, where the defendant withdrew his previously entered plea of not guilty and pled guilty to count 1, theft, a felony of the 5th degree, count 3, theft, a felony of the 5th degree, and count 5, theft from a person in a protected class, a felony of the 4th degree. The defendant was found guilty, and the court ordered a pre-sentence investigation and report and victim impact statement. The state has had the opportunity to review those reports and is prepared to proceed with sentencing. Thank you.
Mr. Mulkey.
Yes, Your Honor, we are prepared to go forward with sentencing at this time. Thank you so much, Your Honor. My client is 43 years old. He is married. He has one child who's 22 years old. He indicates to me, Your Honor, that he receives veterans disability benefits for a number of disabilities. He served approximately 16 years in the Army. He further indicates he was honorably discharged, Your Honor. He does have incoming proceeds as a result of his disability benefits, with which he plans to use to pay the restitution owed in this case, the approximately $12,000, Your Honor. He indicates he would have no issue paying at least $1,000 a month for the next 12 months and possibly have the entirety of the restitution paid off sooner than that if needed to do so. For that reason, Your Honor, we would ask the court to consider a community control sanction in this matter, not a term of incarceration in the local jail or in the prison at this time. Your Honor, he acknowledged to me when I talked to him and as I've reviewed the PSR that he should have been forthright in his dealings with these folks who do these jobs that he never completed, Your Honor, and he does want to acknowledge that and make that right at this time, Your Honor. He is retired, so he's not currently working, but as I said, he does have a means with which to pay, no outstanding warrants. He doesn't have a valid license right now. He indicates he chooses not to get one. Driving makes him uncomfortable, Your Honor. And with all that being said, again, we would ask for community control, no prison time, no actual jail time on this case, and then whatever community control sanctions, of course, deemed appropriate by the court, Your Honor, including the aforementioned restitution. Thank you.
What do you have to say?
I take 100% responsibility.
No, you don't. You were telling the probation officer that you sold the business and you didn't know that they didn't follow up. So you don't take any responsibility.
I did say that, Judge.
Why did you say that?
I was wrong. It was my fault. I signed these contracts with these customers.
Who did you sell the business to?
One,
Heather, I hope you have a great weekend. Heather's visiting her family this weekend, so I'm alone. So please, guys, hang out with me. Tell your friends. Tell your friends to come hang out.
and I can get you his last name. I can't pronounce it.
Okay. I don't believe you. You had contact with these people up until you refused to have contact with all these people. Over and over and over, they tried. And then you promised them you'd give them the money back, and then you just disappeared. So you didn't sell the business to Juan somebody or other, okay? You just took the money and didn't do the work. So you don't take any responsibility. I don't know what that word means in the context of a criminal case anyway, but you don't take any acknowledgement that you did anything wrong.
I did.
Okay.
It was wrong on my end. What I did was wrong, 100% wrong. I want to make it right, and I will make it right. The only thing I can do by making it right is paying them back what I took from them.
3 years ago. So what, I'm gonna believe you that you're gonna pay him back?
I swear on everything that's holy, Judge, that
Doesn't
I'm
mean
going
any,
to pay.
it doesn't mean anything to me.
If you give me the opportunity,
Your
I-
word, when I read this pre-sentence report, it blares out at me that you're not to be believed with anything that you say.
If you give me the opportunity to show you that I am truthful with paying all this restitution back and anything else that I need to pay back, all I ask for is one chance. And if I mess up, which I won't, but if I do, then have your way with me, Judge.
I can do that right now.
I understand that. But I just ask.
What did you do with all this money that you stole?
I don't know, Judge.
You don't know.
I think they said a specific amount here shortly when the prosecution talks, but I believe it's over 10,000. So he's a contractor, and he took over $10,000 from an elderly woman, I believe, to do work to her house, and then just disappeared. Yeah, so he's charged with felony level theft. Not good. Not good. Don't do that. That's a terrible thing to do, but then to turn around and do it to someone elderly. He's charged with that too. He's charged with what? Two felonies, and then one. I can't remember what the exact charge was, but something against at risk not an at risk person, not an elderly person either. I don't remember how they word it, but I think you guys know at least you can put together what I'm saying.
Why don't you know?
I don't know where it went. I had a real bad drinking problem. I had a bad gambling problem, but that's not an excuse. I don't know where it all went.
Didn't you tell her, the probation officer, you didn't have any problems? You certainly didn't have a drinking problem, right?
Not anymore.
Okay.
I don't do drugs.
Day Shadow, that's the word I was looking for. It's a crime against a vulnerable person. Yeah.
I don't gamble anymore.
So that's where it went, gambling.
Majority of it, gambling and drinking. Yes, Judge. If you give me the opportunity to prove to you that I will pay this back in a timely manner that you set forth.
Well, you know, isn't there more to it than just paying it back? I mean, they've been, first of all, Miss McAdams, you really took advantage of her. Okay? You knew her husband was a vet.
Yes,
You knew he had recently passed away.
that is correct.
And then you went and said you would help her any way you could. And
I don't know how to answer that. I mean, how is that a question? Butt floss. I mean, when you say butt floss, I think of a thong. I don't know what you want. I wear them often. Is that what you want to hear? I'm not going to confirm or deny that, but I'm going to deny that. I don't wear them. I don't. I made that joke in Big and Stream the other night, and I think that may have been where you heard it. I don't know.
then, boy, you really stuck it to her. You really,
KB is here. Good to see you, KB. I hope you're well.
really took advantage of her. That's despicable.
I did, Your Honor, I did. And there's nothing that I can say besides that I was completely wrong in doing that and doing it to everybody else.
No kidding. No kidding. So, beyond the monetary damage that you did to all three of these folks, what about the emotional damage you did, especially to her?
I understand.
You understand?
I broke a trusted friendship. You know, I'll never be able to regain that. I wish I could in any way whatsoever.
And then you just wouldn't respond to her. And then she put something on Facebook. And you immediately respond to that. Nice job controlling the little group chat on that stupid Facebook Kirtland thing. Nice job doing that. Part of the game. So she put something on Facebook. Then you call her. And you say to her, what the fuck is wrong with you? Did you say that to her?
I don't remember.
You don't remember. My guess is you said that to her. Okay? Because there's one thing I know, okay? This is the second time, third time I've met you, right? Pre-trial, plea, and now.
Yes, Judge.
I have not met Ms. McAdams. I did read her victim impact statement. And I believe her, I don't believe you. So you said that to her.
Then I did say that to her,
You
Judge.
did.
I honestly, I don't remember, but I do use that language, or I did use that language quite a bit.
So you not only have, from what you're telling me, assume it's true that you had a drinking problem and you had a gambling problem, you also had a theft problem. You have
Yes.
no respect for other people's property.
Unfortunately, at the time, I wasn't thinking of it that way.
You're a grown adult, right?
Yes, Judge.
You served in the Army, right?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, you know right from wrong, right?
I do, Judge.
Okay. So don't tell me you weren't thinking of it. You thought clearly about it. And this nonsense that you were on a ventilator from COVID.
Get off the shed. What's up, Doc Ock? Oh, that was great. He sent me a message this morning and said, get off the shed, and it made me laugh, referencing the video from last night. Good to see you, Doc Ock. Legal Fiction with the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Legal Fiction. Welcome to the 10 new members. Legal, that's awesome. Very generous of you. I do appreciate it.
You couldn't perform a job when you were in Florida. This is a big con that you started with this Facebook thing. You know, what's it called? Something Kirtland? All around Kirtland?
That is a group that,
You don't live in Kirtland,
no, I do not.
and you were the However, you become the administrator of all around Kirtland for the sole purpose of stealing money.
I did work in Kirtland when that group was created.
Right. Were you all around Fairport too? Were you that one? Were you administrator of that?
No.
one? Okay. There's more money in Kirtland than there is in Fairport, right?
Big Ed, thank you so much for the rate. Started laughing because I just read Chris's message. Chris, you're awesome, man. You really are. I love that you and I have very similar personalities. Sense of humor is almost the same, and I love it. We for those of you that don't know, in Big Ed's chat almost every night, Chris and I go back and forth a few times. Cheshire Cat's in there too. It's fun. We have fun over there. Big Ed, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Welcome to all the raiders. Let's see. Let me try to summarize this hearing real quick. We kind of just started. This guy's a contractor. He agreed to do work for an elderly woman. We haven't got to the exact amount yet. If I remember correctly, it's over $10,000 that he accepted from her, and never did the work. Just kind of vanished. And now he's charged with 2 felonies of theft and a charge against a vulnerable person. So that's what we're watching right now. And Judge O'Donnell, also known as Judge Spicy, is not having it. He's not believing a word this guy says. He's not taking any accountability for it. I mean, he kind of sounds like he is now, but I guess in his PSI, his pre-sentence investigation, nope, he did not sound sorry at all. But that's where we're at. So, yeah, let's keep going. Big Ed, you are awesome. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it.
I don't know.
Yeah, you do know. Where did you grow up?
Menor?
You know goddamn well there's more money in Kirtland than there is in Fairport. So don't tell me you don't know.
Okay.
Right?
This is in Ohio. This is right outside of Cleveland, up by Lake Erie. I always forget what county this is. It's called like something to do with the lake. I want to say like Lakeshore County. That's not what it is, or if it is, I'm just guessing. Something like that. But they're right outside of Cleveland, in Ohio.
When that page was created, I was working at LaCursi Garden Center for the sole purpose of trying to advertise for them. That was the sole purpose of why that page was created at the time.
Listen to me. Don't bullshit me, okay? When somebody, I forget which victim it was, went on that Facebook page looking for suggestions for contractors.
Bill, I had a thought. No one checks you. No one ever verifies that what you say is correct. We just know you're so good that we just accept what you say is real. I want you one night to just make something completely up that doesn't make any sense and see if people go with it. So the next case that, or the next car chase that you on Biggins channel say, oh, this is actually in Alaska. This is in Anchorage, Alaska, with their palm trees in Florida everywhere. And I just want to see people's reaction. I think it would be hilarious. At least for me, it would. Maybe not for you. I would find it funny.
You immediately responded because you're in control of the whole thing, okay? That's why you set it up. So what's the price you should pay beyond the restitution for what you did?
To be perfectly honest with you, Judge, I would ask all the victims what they would want me to do for them, or to help the community out, or...
I already got their statements. I already know what they want. I asked you what you think I should do to you beyond the restitution.
some type of community outreach in support of less fortunate people. Giving my time up to help people in need, to help the communities, whatever they may need. The only thing I can offer.
Why would I send you out into the community when you've demonstrated you're a con man? Why would I do that? Why would I give you another field of victims to troll upon?
To give me a chance to prove that I'm a better person.
Well, you can prove, you don't need me to tell you to do something to prove you're a better person. You can prove that you're a better person by being a better person, okay? And it starts with not stealing from other people. I have nothing to do with you being a better person or a worse person. I have nothing to do with that.
I would like to show everybody that I am a good person by allowing me to.
Nobody's standing in your way.
I want to prove it to myself that I'm a good person. I want to prove it to everybody that I am a good person. I made horrible mistakes, and they were very bad mistakes.
It's not a mistake, though. It's a conscious action. Those aren't mistakes. Mistakes is you meant to turn left, but you turned right, and then you had to double back to go back where you can. That's a mistake. You made conscious decisions to steal from people,
And
to take advantage of people.
I did.
It's not a mistake.
I never want to do anything like that again,
Well, then you shouldn't.
and I won't.
I hope you won't.
And I hope I can, prove to everybody that that will never occur again.
Well, there's 100% way to prove to people that will never occur again. You know what that is?
Not to do it again.
Not to do it again. This ain't rocket science we're dealing with here.
I understand, Judge. But I still need to prove to myself, to everybody, I need to. So everybody knows I'm not this horrible person that I was. I was a horrible person. Doing this to my friends, people that trusted me.
Yeah, Marie. Every time someone says they made a mistake, I think about that umbrella story. It's the perfect story between a mistake and a decision. A bad decision and a mistake, they're not the same things. So the umbrella story is, I think about that a lot. While I'm paused, I don't want to get too far behind. Sierra, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Easter candy, hope for a better living. Thank you so much, Sierra. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Cheshire Cat, better turn off the location or Bill will find you. Yeah, he doesn't need location. He doesn't. He just needs a picture of where you are. That's all he needs, a picture. If he sees grass, trees, and a color of a house, he's going to find out where you are. He's that good. Thank you so much, Cheshire. I appreciate it.
Anything else you want to say?
I mean, I can't change what I did. What I did was completely wrong. I knew what I was doing at the time, and it was wrong. The only thing I could do now is try to make everything better by paying them back, which is perfectly fine, and hopefully they can forgive me one day for being a horrible person.
Well, nobody can ever change the past. It's impossible. Okay? Now, whether they change course in the future is up to them. Okay? I'm a little skeptical of you.
Michelle, wherever you are, I hope your recovery is going well. I'm glad you're here watching. I am. Hopefully you're doing well.
When you give that bullshit story to the probation officer that you sold the business and you thought everything was being done, which that isn't even close. I mean, that is so, I don't know why you peddled that to her, okay? Because these people, these three people chased you and chased you and chased you, and you ignored them and dropped off the face of the earth until she put something on Facebook, Miss McAdams, and you responded to her. You didn't sell it. What? So that makes me very skeptical that you're apt to change at all.
I am, Judge. And all I ask.
You can tell me that, okay, and I can say I'm skeptical, and you can tell me you're gonna change, and I can say I'm skeptical, and we can do this till noon or so. I mean, so what? Doesn't mean anything.
I can prove it to you. If you give me the opportunity, I will prove it to you.
You don't, see, that's where you're mistaken. You don't need an opportunity. I don't give opportunities. I just sit here, okay, and deal with what comes before me. You create your own opportunity.
I will make that happen. I know I can, and I know I will.
All right, have a seat. Mr. Ronick?
Your Honor, I believe Ms. McNally is present today and would like to make a statement to the court prior to the state making the recommendation.
All right. We have one of the victims here. Now, this is very difficult to hear. Everyone who has headphones, you might want to turn the volume up. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I amplified the sound 4 times. This is at 400%, and it's still going to be hard to hear this victim. If I turn this up any higher, I tried. That like air feedback you hear in the microphone it makes it so bad you can't even understand she's speaking English. So I did the best I could on this. Phil, thank you so much for your 10 gifted memberships. Welcome to the 10 new members. Phil, that is awesome. That is extremely generous of you. Thank you so much, Phil.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'd like to address the defendant if I can.
Sure.
Tim, before I go any further, I want to know why you hurt me. Please don't use the excuse of substance abuse, and don't lie. I have no tolerance for lying. So why did you hurt me?
I don't have a good reason for you, Kathy. I had the money, and I didn't do what I intended to do with it.
Well, you broke my heart.
I apologize with everything
You
in
were
my
at my
soul.
husband's funeral, and you promised you would help me. So, today, you'll receive what you deserve. Whatever the judge says you deserve worse. But that's not my call. The judge will determine your fate. Only you can change the direction of your life. No one else. The judge will give you the tools, but only you can use them. Tim, you need to look at the man staring back at you in the mirror and finding out if you like that person, because that person isn't very likable. You hurt me. Only you can change the person in the mirror. I'm going to give you something you haven't asked for. Of course, I want my money back. But I'm giving you my forgiveness. I'm not offering it. I'm giving it to you. And that's not easy for me to do. It's been 3 years of this, excuse the expression, bullshit. And it needs to end. But the forgiveness starts here and now, and you need to prove it to every single person in this room that you can and will change. I never want to see your name again. I don't want to see it in any court roster. Nothing, ever again. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. As part
Yeah, I saw someone say, "Is the witness allowed the conversation between them?" No, not usually allowed. But she did say, "Like, can I please address him directly?" And the judge said, "Yeah, go ahead." So he wasn't going to stop him from responding. Now, if he started responding rudely back, someone would have stepped in. But yeah, it was a little abnormal. But I don't know. I think it's right on for how this case is going.
of the plea agreement, the state did agree to recommend community control sanctions at sentencing, and the state entered into that agreement for the sole purpose of the hope that the victims will get paid back and will get their money back. The defendant has spoken a lot about wanting the opportunity to make things right and wanting the opportunity to pay these people back. These people have been asking for their money back for 3 years. He's had 3 years to pay it back, and actually the Gerbachs, Carrie and Patrick, have a default judgment against the defendant for the money that he owes them, and he has not paid them. So that opportunity has existed. He has not paid them back. The defendant is also currently, has a case pending in Cuyahoga County regarding working for a Dollar General and stealing over $10,000 for that Dollar General. And I think the theme here is he is put in a position of trust. People put their trust in him, and he repeatedly breaks that trust, and he repeatedly steals from them. Specifically, Ms. Bach as well. This affected her business and her livelihood. She was relying on the defendant so that she could make her livelihood renting out her property, and she was not able to do that because of the defendant's actions. So the state is asking for community control so the defendant can pay the full restitution amount of $12,017.49. That is not the entire amount that he took from the victims. However, one of the victims was able to repurpose some of the items that the defendant left at her home, and so she herself did the math to figure out what she wanted to be fair. She wanted to be fair to the defendant. And so she was able to figure out that about $560 worth of things she was able to use, and she is not asking for that in restitution. Altogether, the money that he took was $12,577.49. State is asking that the defendant be put on a stringent payment plan so that this money gets paid as quickly as possible. Thank you.
Yeah, someone is breathing hard. It's not me. I keep my mic on mute. Otherwise, you'd hear me breathing too. I'm guessing that's the defendant. He's right next to the mic. Remember, I jacked this volume up, so you're hearing everything. You can even hear the stenographer going to town on her computer. Usually can't hear that in this court. I had something. Tupac. Where'd Tupac go? There he is. Tupac, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate it. Welcome to the 5 new members. Tupac, you are awesome. Thank you so much. And for the person that said, what do I do with the membership? Well, we do membership Mondays every Monday night. That's what you can do, which members only. And we hang out, and I open the panel to allow anyone that wants to come up. You can react to videos with me. However, now that I said that, it has been confirmed today. Team Skeptic will be on my stream on Monday night. We're going to be covering a case that's unique. He shared it with me today, and I haven't seen it before, and it's really good. It is a sovereign citizen, and I don't know how he got it, but he got it. So we're going to be playing that with Team Skeptic on Monday night. So members Monday was probably going to be moved to Tuesday. So it's probably going to be a members Tuesday this week. Just saying. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, we do members only videos once a week, or a live stream once a week. And you have all the sweet emotes that my girlfriend Heather makes. So you have access to those too. All right, let's keep going. I think you have to click the smiley face. Right next to your chat, if you click the smiley face, you'll see all the members only emotes. I believe that's where they are. I don't know. It's been a while since I've used them, but I think that's where they are.
All right, I've reviewed the pre-sentence report. And the victim impact statements, as well as a letter on behalf of Mr. Walker. Considered all the provisions in 29, 20, and 11, 12, and 13. One of the things that really bothers me about you beyond the obvious is the fact that you minimized everything when you went over to the probation department and were interviewed over there. From what you did with regard to these 3 jobs, the alleged sale, the lack of any problems with it as it relates to drugs or alcohol, never once indicating that you had a gambling problem, because that's the obvious thing to me, jumps out at you, that's where the money went. Perhaps on your vacation in Florida too. So right up until today, you minimize what's going on here. I'm going to go along with the joint recommendation and place you on community control for 5 years. You're going to serve 180 days in a Lake County jail with credit for 2. You're to have no drugs or alcohol, and you'll be screened. You're going to pay restitution to the Gearbox in the amount of $5,098, to Ms. McAdams in the amount of $4,500, to Ms. Bach the amount of $6,769.51, and that will be payable at the rate of $1,000 per month to probation. You're going to get a drug and alcohol evaluation. You're going to follow the recommendations. You're to have no contact with the victims. You're going to complete the decision points program and follow the recommendations. You're going to get a valid driver's license. You're going to pay the cost and supervision fees. Any other terms, Ms. Randazzo?
Nothing better, Your Honor.
Do you understand the terms?
Yes, Judge.
If you don't comply with the terms, the state will file a motion to terminate your community control, and if I find you violated, you face 42 months in prison. You understand that?
Yes, Judge.
Anything else? What?
Just to clarify for the restitution
What?
amounts, I have $5,000 to the Gearbox.
$5,098.
$5,098.
Yeah.
4,500 to Ms. McAdams.
Right.
The amount that I had for Ms. Bach was $2,517. So can you just repeat your amount again, please?
Yeah, HCC, that I'm worried about that too. And the way that this guy makes money is he's a contractor. I think they need to take that right away from him. He shouldn't be allowed to do that kind of work anymore. At least not, where he accepts money. Maybe if he works for another company. But if that's what he's good at and that's how he makes money, that's hard to do from the course perspective. But yeah, it was so easy for him to do. He took all this money, went on vacation, drank a lot, gambled a lot. Now he's going to jail for half a year. But it's yeah, I'm kind of worried about everyone getting paid back. $1,000 a month. Hopefully he hits that. That'll show he means it. If you can pay $12,000 back in a year, then at least he slightly means what he says, that he wants to regain his name and doesn't want to be a bad person. We'll see.
She's got an amount of $6,769.59.
Okay.
That was
$759.
$6,769.51.
Thank you.
And that was a higher number that was reduced by whatever method she determined she got items returned.
Thank you.
Anything beyond that?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Mulkey, anything else?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, we're adjourned.
All right.
Anything I need you want to give your time to give your family?
Just my
All right. I I wanted to keep him getting arrested in the video, but all it shows is him emptying his pockets for about a minute, and then the screen goes off. So we didn't even get that satisfaction of seeing the cuffs actually put on his wrist. All right, that one's finished. Let's see. Sparkle Poots, thank you so much for the gifted membership. I appreciate it. Welcome to the new member. Speaking of new member, Bill. Welcome, Bill. Welcome to the family. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. All right, we're moving on. Now we're going to move to Judge Dad, also known to some as Judge McNally. We have a liar, and he's caught lying to Judge Dad. Yeah, why is he lying to Judge Dad? But the way that Judge Dad asks these questions and figures out his line is, you can tell he's done this a long time. Let's just say that. All right, Judge Dad, let's go.
Plaintiff against defendant, Marcus Tell, File 11 Fuller, 2414674A. And it's just an A file. Can you call in? We need somebody over there. It's Beth, so I don't think Beth is in here. Your name? Marcus Tell, Marcus Fuller.
Michael A. Carmen, B7382.
Vic! Yay, a year! Thank you so much, Vic. That is awesome. Congratulations on the year, and thank you so much. I do appreciate it, Vic. You are awesome. Thank you. I want to say something. Oh, yeah. Judge McNally just redid his courtroom cameras. They're great. They're awesome. But I feel like he downgraded his audio because his microphone sucks now. The podium mic, not so bad, but his mic, it sucks. It only picks him up like half the time. You'll see. His mouth will be moving, and you won't even hear anything coming through the microphone. So his microphone was massively downgraded. But hey, we got crystal clear pictures now. So yeah.
Okay. You handed up your appearance.
I did.
Which?
He left it down here, Judge.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, Mr. Kerman, just give me 1 second. Your client is charged with a violation of probation. He has one prior technical violation, and this is essentially 7 more. Failure to refrain from consuming alcohol, failure to submit to soberly blows at 8 a.m. on March 28th, failure to appear for weekly testing on March 31, failure to submit to a soberly blow on April 3rd at 4 p.m., failure to refrain from consuming alcohol, testing positive on a soberly blow on April 3rd. Failure to submit to a soberly blow at 8 p.m. on April 4th. Failure to submit to another soberly blow at 12 p.m. on April 5th. So, Mr. Kerman, how is he going to proceed?
Your Honor, count 1 is going to be not guilty in part and guilty in part. Count 2 is.
Hang on a second. Let me make sure I understand. What? All I'm going to deal with on that, I'm not going to, these all arrives on the same transaction. Is he pleading guilty to submitting a soberly blow that was positive on March 22nd of 25?
That portion of it is
not guilty?
Yes, that is for the 8 a.m. blow.
Okay.
And then the fail to submit, the subsequent one would be guilty.
Okay. Phone. Where's the phone? You got to remove the phone from the building, sir. No, I want it out of the building. What about count 2?
That's going to be not guilty, Your Honor.
Why don't we just go? Why don't we just have it installed? Your name?
That's going on all caps, right, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear affirmative penalties of perjury that the testimony you will give in these proceedings will be the whole truth, so help you God.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry, can we just confirm to you pled not guilty on counts 1?
Go.
Just through all of it?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so taking a look at count 1, failed to refrain from consumption and or possession of alcohol. The defendant submitted to soberly blow at 8 a.m. on March 22nd, 2025, with a result of 0.079 BAC. Defendant failed to submit to subsequent blows at 8:15 a.m., 8:45 a.m., 9:15 a.m., 9:45 a.m., 10:15 a.m., 10:45 a.m., and 12 p.m. The next blow was at 2:28 PM with 0.0 results for BAC. Count 2 failed to submit to soberling blows at 8 AM on March 28th. He then failed, count 3, failed to submit to weekly chemical testing at DNA at March 31st, 2025 via DNA. Count 4 failed to submit to soberling blows at 4 PM on April 3rd of 2025. Count 5 failed to refrain from consumption or possession of alcohol. The defendant submitted to soberling blows at 5:02 PM on April 3rd with results of 0.072 BAC. Defendant failed to submit to subsequent blows at 5:17 PM, 5:47 PM, 6:17 PM, 6:47 PM, 7:17 PM, and 7:47 PM. Next blow was at 8:07 PM with 0.0 results for BAC. Count 6 failed to submit to soberling blows at 8 PM on April 4th, 2025. Count 7 failed to submit to soberling blows at 12 PM on April 5th, 2025.
Do you have any questions over Mr. Kerman?
I would ask with regard to the 3:22, the 8 AM on 3:22. That was a Saturday, I believe. If there was a positive blow, does the soberling prompt him for a reblow at a certain time?
Correct. Anytime there's a positive test on a soberling device, it'll always prompt you for a retest, and it'll continue to prompt you for a retest.
Oh, I misread that. I was gonna say I always pause it for 12 months. That's 2 months. I missed a one, but I'm paused now. Wire Mother, thank you so much for the 2 months. I appreciate it. That is awesome. Legal Fiction for the 15 months. Legal, that is awesome. Thank you so much, Legal Fiction. Doc Ock, I only get 50 characters. Give Colin props and money. Thank you, Doc Ock. I appreciate it. Thank you for the e-begging for me on my behalf. I appreciate it. Michael Dennis, thank you for the 9 months. Thank you. And Clip Clop for the $5 late arrival penalty. Thank you, Clip Clop. I appreciate the super chat. And all right, we're caught up. Yep, we're caught up. Okay, back to the case.
Test up to 10 times until either the device is negative, or if it continues testing, it'll time out after 10 times of positive testing.
And at what intervals?
I believe the intervals, if I take a look at the times, are 30-minute intervals.
Okay, so if he had a positive blow at 8 AM, it would have prompted him to retest at 8:30.
Correct.
But here it says, submit to subsequent blows at 8:15, 8:45, and then et cetera in half-hour increments.
Correct. It's generally the half-hour increments on the time for it. Again, we always tell defendants anytime there is a positive test, always submit to the reblows, because if it is an environmental factor, those reblows will be zeros if it was an environmental factor.
Okay, so then 15 minutes, but it looks like in this case, it wasn't prompted after half hours, 15 minutes.
Correct.
Okay, could that be contributed at least in part by environmental factors?
What do you mean by the testing times?
Yeah, for that he was prompted 15 minutes later instead of
I
half
could
hour.
be incorrect about the testing times. The SoberLink device and the SoberTrack have different times on them, so I could be incorrect on the testing times, but it will always reprompt you up to about 10 times generally.
Okay. So that'd be consistent with him blowing zeros at 2:28.
Correct.
Okay. And then also, when that day was a Saturday, well, I guess I should save that for my explanation, not really a question. So the question is that.
Mel, every night at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern. Every night but Saturday. Saturday night's date night. Yeah, but Sunday through Friday, 8 o'clock. Mondays are Members Monday. But yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Does your client wish to testify?
Marcus.
You talk to your lawyer first.
Yeah.
Yes, I wish to testify.
Raise your right hand. Something swear to affirm the penalties of perjury that the testimony you will give in these proceedings be the whole true self you got.
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead.
All
I
right.
can ask any questions, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, so Mr. Fuller, and again, I'm looking at some of the notes you sent me. We've
Yes.
So you sent me some feedback and addressed 1 through 7 and I'm looking at that right here, okay? So you said, you didn't drink at all on 3/22,
I did not.
correct? But later that Saturday, you were doing the court to work program
Yes, sir.
as for this case?
Yes.
Okay, so is that why you failed to submit to those subsequent blows?
Yes.
Do you remember about what time you were doing the court work program?
Our program started, the doors opened at 8:15 and I didn't leave until 1:30.
Okay, and what were you doing, in the work program that day?
I was outside doing yard work.
Okay, so you didn't have your silver link with you?
My solar link was in my coat, but it was hotter that day, so I didn't wear my coat. And I didn't have my phone or my watch.
But when the work program was over, you submitted to a blow about 2:28, does that sound right?
Yes, that's the time that I got back to my house.
Okay, have you consumed any alcohol that day
Oh, I did not.
or the previous night?
No, I did not.
Okay. There's a couple, failed to submit to sober link blows. One was on 3/28, March 28th. One was on, April 3rd. And I believe there was another one on April 3rd that it said failed to submit. Were you having any problems with your sober link device?
April 3rd, which one, what day was that?
I don't know offhand.
Well, today's the 17th, so that would have been 2 weeks ago today. From to, 2 weeks ago.
And what time was the April 3rd one?
That would have been, what we got? Yes, April, yes, 4 p.m. And also March 28th, 8 a.m.
Yeah, the April 3rd one, 4 p.m. I submitted the test. I missed the 4 p.m. and I submitted at 5. That one was my fault. I woke up too late. I was rushing to get to work. I woke up around 4:30 and I submitted at 5.
For some of the other ones, for the other, some that it says failed to submit, were you having any problems with the device?
Yes, on some of the other ones, I did have problems with the device. It would freeze up or be non-responsive. And I did talk to, the SoberLink place, and she called me about the payment. She said sometimes it does that, and I would just have to wait a few moments and the device will be responsive again.
Yeah, clip clop, right? Yeah, Judge isn't buying the story either. Not buying it. What? My mouse is not wanting to work tonight. JP Jazz, thank you so much for the 4 months. That's awesome. Thank you, JP Jazz. And Legal Fiction, 10 more gifted memberships. Legal Fiction is making it rain tonight. Thank you so much, Legal Fiction, and welcome to the 10 new members. Very generous of you tonight, Legal. I appreciate it.
Okay, so you say the SoberLink place was at house arrest?
Yes.
That's where you got it, right? And you talked to a representative from there?
Yes, she called me about the payment and I spoke to her then about it.
Okay, about the, I guess, recalibrating the device?
Yeah, she didn't tell me. Well, yeah, that's what it is. That's what it's called.
Okay, so in instances where that would happen, would you give it some time and then it would work?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Fuller, in the dates alleged going back to March 22nd, have you drank any alcohol?
No.
Have you been around any environmental factors that could possibly result in a positive test?
No.
You ever drink any NyQuil or mouthwash or any of that?
I haven't drank NyQuil or any mouthwash.
When you're at work, what hours do you work?
I work from 6 p.m. to 5 a.m.
Okay, and has that resulted in you missing any blows?
Yes, sometimes I don't get a break because I'm a team leader and I have to work through my breaks sometimes.
Are you allowed to carry the SoberLink on your person at work?
No. Yeah, it stays in my locker with my belongings.
And you said you work Monday through Friday, 6 to 5?
Yes.
Okay, as a team leader. So the questions I have here.
Any other questions of him?
No, you're.
Any other witnesses?
No, sir.
Any argument?
Just that, especially for court work program, they do allow, all defendants to keep their cell phone device on them for court work program. And again, court work program, he was here on March 22nd for court work program and didn't complete his day here. Again, he did test at 8:30. We require everyone to be here at 8:30. So when he tested at 8 a.m., when he tested and was tested positive, the device would have prompted him and said to retest. So he still would have had time to retest prior to needing to be inside the courthouse for court work program. And again, the court officers will allow the device on them at all times.
Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else?
Your Honor, I would just like the court to again know that my client does, I mean, he's got a really good job. He's a team leader at the Dearborn Truck Plant, as you can see on his jacket. He recently took in his sister and her 3 young kids living with him. She's here today, as her support. We're asking to give him, I know it's asking a lot, Your Honor, but to give another crack. I mean, he'll be on a very, 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 very short leash, but any incarceration can result in him losing his job.
Court finds you guilty of all 7 counts. Court finds he was consuming alcohol, which gave rise to the test on March 22nd and 25 with a tune of 0.079, and he failed to submit the subsequent blows. The fact that he's telling me that it was hot and he didn't want it in his coat, he didn't have it, didn't have his coat, and therefore the sober link wasn't with him. That's his fault, not ours, not anybody else's. He also failed to submit to a sober link blow, I find, at 8 a.m. on March 28th. Failed to appear for the weekly testing on March 31 with DNA. Failed to submit to a sober link blow at 4 p.m. on April 3. Consumed alcohol, giving rise to the positive test on April 3rd of 25, and then he failed to submit, ironically again, to all subsequent blows. And then he failed to, and I say ironically, I mean, it's just pretty obvious what's going on here. And then he failed to submit to a sober link blow at 8 p.m. on April 4, and again at 12 p.m. on April 25. Court finds defendant guilty.
Tupac, it was good to see you tonight. And before you head out, I need to thank you. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships, my friend. Thank you. You've been very generous tonight as well. Thank you. And you have a great evening. Have a great Easter, my friend.
All counts. I'm more troubled by it is he's sitting there and he's giving me all these excuses and he's testifying under oath. And that's a problem. That's a massive, massive problem. It is. It's a big problem. Yeah, I'm looking at you.
No, I'm saying you won't speak.
No, I don't. I don't think what you incriminate yourself any more than you already have. You can't just come in here and say I didn't drink. And give me all these excuses as to why you didn't blow. If you want, I'll put you on the alcohol test. You won't have to worry about it. Why don't you give them a price differential? You remember?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
It's more, right?
I'm sorry.
It's more.
Yes, it is.
Than the other soda.
And it's more per day as well.
Right. You want to do that? You want to do an alcohol tether? Then you don't have to worry about blowing. You're just going to keep it on all tethers.
Sparkle Boots, thank you so much for the super chat. I was going to let this play a little bit, but I see a lot of these questions in the chat, so I'm going to answer them. No, they're not the same thing. So the Sober Link is a handheld device that you have on your person at all times. When it beeps, you need to blow. So it, I don't know. I think it's random, but I think it's 3 or 4 times a day. When it beeps, you blow. The interlock device goes on your car. So it's only in your car, and you only need to blow on it while you're driving. So that's the big difference between the two of them. Hopefully that answered it. I know I've seen a lot of those questions in the chat tonight. But Sparkle Boots, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it.
Just for that alcohol tether, it's going to be $100, or the tether, yes, it's going to be $100 to roll, and it's $10 per day.
You, the voice.
Yes, yeah, anything.
Listen, don't come in here and tell me what to think. We're on the road. We're on the road. This is something here. I can forgive mistakes. I can't forgive the sins. I cannot forgive the sins. Why? Under oath. You almost just talked yourself into going to jail. I don't know if I would have done that.
So you gotta take your hat off.
Your Honor, if he's willing to get the tether today, maybe we could schedule this for a sentencing, see how he does with it. If there's any positive readings, the court take that into consideration. Have him increase his AA appearances as well.
Yeah, Sharky's right. So the third type of monitor is the scram tether that's around your ankle, and it constantly reads. So it reads the sweat out of your body to see if there's alcohol. That's the highest level of being monitored. Then there's the handheld, the scram tether, not the scram tether, the sober link, and then there's the interlock, which only has to do with you driving. But I think Wixom said it. The interlock device, you have to use it to start your car. So you have to blow into it to start your car, and then as you're driving, it'll periodically, randomly have you blow into it while you're driving to prevent people from blowing into it to start their car and then just letting their car run forever to get around it. So, yeah.
Johnny, definitely see what anything supposed to do. This next year, on February 5. You got 7 counts. When he pled guilty, when he was found guilty back on February 27th, can you tell me what that was for?
You can go with me without donating. I'll come pick you up. We can go have fun together. Speaking of which, I need to head up there soon. I've got a lot of cases going on right now that I want to be at least one of them. So probably within the next, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks, I'll be making a trip up there. I don't know when exactly. It might be for Lindsay Dineski. It might be for Mr. Magoo. I don't know, but I'm itching for a trip. So I will send you a text when I'm going up there. But yeah, I'll just pick you up. You can come with me.
I'm talking about probation violation.
So that was for testing positive at DNA Center for,
Oh, yeah, the artificial innocence.
yes.
Listen. Section, you give somebody else a job, how much you make?
$36,000.
Oh, but here's the pump. I don't have to go over there. And you come in with these stories. And again, you're looking at me like I can't add 19 and 6 without a calculator.
Yeah, I wish you were too. You could have fun with us. I really enjoy doing the tours. I've been in front of the same judges for so many times. They know who I am now, so it's fun. They say hi to me. You know, if we're there when the docket's slow, you know they'll talk to us. But no, it's fun. Yeah, it's funny when you go to court and you respect the court and you don't try to do anything obnoxious. You can have fun with them, with the staff as well.
Going to tolerate this. I mean, maybe you can go talk to a kindergarten class and you can convince them. I don't know what to tell you. The more I hear on this, the worse it's got.
most of them.
Well, but you clear all of your warrants. You're supposed to do that by March 3rd. Did you do that?
No, I mean, I didn't have.
You know what? I think I should just come over there and you can come with the robe on and you can make your own decisions here.
No, I did not. I haven't said that. I mean, I've joked around with Judge Slavin, and I've made those comments to him before. But no, the best thing I said to Judge Slavin was the last time I was in his court. I was just sitting there as he was getting ready to start his docket, and he said, I don't remember exactly how he worded it, but he said it very loud, so he knows I'm deaf, so I could hear it. And he said, the state of what did he say? We are in the felony matter of the state of Michigan versus Colin. They said my last name. Can you please come to the podium, sir? So I walked up to the podium kind of laughing, and he said, do you know what you're charged with? And I said, yeah, I guess. I didn't know what I just did to your bathroom was a felony. Everyone laughed at it, and then, we talked for a bit, and then I left. But that's the worst I've said in court in front of either one of them. But it was funny.
Are you in treatment?
Yes, sir.
It's not helping. What's the strange, still ulcerative?
That's right.
Shame on me for not sending you to jail for trying to fraud the testing facility. Realize you just committed perjury? I don't want you to answer that. I want you to answer. Do you realize you just committed perjury? I don't want you to answer that. You just committed perjury. You're to pay additional costs of $50. You're to be on a screen tether first day following release from jail. You're to test weekly for 3 months, then bi-weekly. What am I missing? Am I missing anything?
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
You're to serve 7 days jail starting right now. 21 days to appeal, 14 days to apply for a protocol.
Your Honor, would you consider letting him spend the weekend, next weekend, so he doesn't lose the job, please?
I don't have anything to do with where they sent him. Brownstown doesn't take weekend. I can't do it.
Brownstown doesn't take weekend prisoners.
Lisa, would Brownstown send him to Flat Rock by chance?
They might. I can double check if you want.
Why don't you check and let me know?
Okay, give me a second.
Your Honor, I know we've made similar weekend fake jail
Now listen,
arrangements before.
honestly, I should give him an extra. Don't push him. The guy he's a liar. Don't push him. Have a seat over there and I'll figure out what I'm gonna do. I don't know that I'm even inclined to let you do weekends even if I can.
We appreciate the court's consideration. Thank you.
Michael Richard Clark Jr.
All right. He put the guy in timeout for a little bit. I think it was about an hour and a half, 2 hours before he called him back, and he almost forgot to call him back. Judge was walking off the bench. He's like, "Oh yeah, I need to call this guy back." You still see his sister is the only one in the courtroom. So yeah, he did call him back. You guys might be a little disappointed with what happens.
Recalling Marcus Talaparo, Lubbock Fuller, 24B146740A.
Michael A. Carmen, P738 form on behalf of the county, Your Honor.
Friday's Easter. I'm gonna let you serve between now and 1 PM. I'll let you out at 1 PM on Sunday. And then you're going to serve between, next weekend at Flat Rock, 7 AM on Friday until 10 PM on Sunday. It's the best I'm gonna do.
Your Honor, that is most fair. We appreciate it very much.
All right, you understand what I'm telling you?
Sir.
If you miss 93 days and you lie to me again, you will never get this kind of a break from me. Good luck.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Yeah, he gave him the weekends. He's still serving the 7 days, and he still has to go right now. But this did happen. This happened, I think, yesterday. I think this happened yesterday. So he went yesterday till Sunday. So that's 4 days, and then he spends next week. He gets to spend Easter in jail. Stop lying to the judge. Stop lying. If you would have just been honest and said, "Yeah, I drank. I was trying to hide it. Shouldn't have done it." I wouldn't do better. Judge would have helped you out, especially this judge, Judge Dad. I mean, we saw a guy get tackled in front of him this week, and he didn't hold him in contempt. Let's just say that. Yeah. All right. I promised you guys a turtle video, and so I told you guys at the beginning that I am putting together a bunch of these short clips that I have. I've got a lot of them. I've got about a dozen videos or clips that are between 2 and 4 minutes long. You can almost do nothing with these because it's too long to be a short. It's too short to be a video. And where do you put it into a live stream? It's hard to do. But a lot of funny things happen in 2 to 4 minutes in court. This is one of them. Where did I put it? Here we go. But I will tell you this before I want to pause it right after.
Joseph E. Davis.
Oh, this is kind of loud. I'm going to have to work on this audio. I haven't done anything to this audio, so this might be hot. You guys might need to turn your headphones down. I will say that this guy might have some mental health issues. And if it does come out that that's actually what's going on and he's not just pretending, I'm not going to play the case. But this is his first appearance. This is just weird. To me, this is weird. But if it goes further, then yeah, I'm not gonna keep sharing the case. But this one's interesting, kind of funny, kind of weird. Let's go. This is in Ohio, by the way. This is in Licking County, Ohio. Let's go.
Good afternoon, sir. Are you Mr. Davis?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Davis, do you understand your rights in court today?
Not necessarily.
Did you watch the
I mean, I should be where you're sitting.
Well, you go to law school for 3 years, then practice, pass the bar, and then practice for 6. You'd be eligible to run. Take me on.
I had to be a secret so you can even go to school.
Well, let's talk about why you're talking to me now. Did you get a copy of the complaint? The piece of paper telling you what you got charged with?
Yeah, it says an ethical populator that was never properly addressed, correctly represented, or compensated was never really recognitioned.
Well, let me read it for you. The Newark Police Department is claiming that on or about April the 7th...
The causes that they all ran over is just confidentiality.
Well, this is a public record, the charge itself. They're alleging that you recklessly, under circumstances in which your conduct was likely to be viewed by and affront others who are in the person's physical proximity, not members of your household, exposed your private parts. It's commonly known as public indecency. It's a 4th-degree misdemeanor. It carries between or up to 30 days in jail and up to a $250 fine. Do you understand?
I accidentally fell. I didn't even get a warning.
Well, I'm just asking if you understand the charge.
All right, just to put everything into context, the title I gave this video was what? Like that's what this is. Yeah, someone says he had soft said, yeah, that was why I started paying close attention. Is he said something? He said some weird things that make you think he might be a soft sit, but then he just keeps going. And yeah, so it's just what that's all this is big a giant question mark on whatever that's going on here.
Not what happened.
Well, first off, why is the first floating shuttle compensation of J.D. Bridges being tossed around since Gerald Latonich, Riddick, Sergeant Barry, Alexia, Lexus Vader, and all these people since James Barnes? And not even me being divorced.
Okay, well, I don't know
It's
what any of that
bad.
means, Mr. Davis.
It's a national security alert. I mean, I'm not even being recognition since first floating shuttle Jeff Bridges founder of an international booking law of schools maintenance time law of schools and illegal waiting time and conduction since Dr. Zabos.
Well, Mr. Davis, I'm inclined to enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf.
The reason they even make money.
I beg your pardon?
The reason they even make money.
Who's making money?
I said it's the reason even George Washington even made money.
Did you just say George Washington?
Yeah, he said, if I buy these...
Did you just say George Washington? Oh, he even threw the judge off. It's like, did you just say George Washington? Oh, George Washington. You know, we don't get references to George Washington, our country's first president. I can't. I've seen this about a dozen times, and I can't stop laughing.
Indians off the reservation to pass the money around to pass the microplasma that eats the bacteria off your body on the planet. He said, breed the red Indian and the blue Indian, the microplasma, the purple one comes out. He says that those are the best ones. He says that's a simple fact, the simple reason he breeds those two Indians together because the microplasma is a purple teals, he squalls, which is cords, skirts, and he qualls.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know anything about that, but I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty for you and set a bond of $1,000, cash surety or 10%. We're going to
Princess Diana's godson. Come on, man.
I'm sorry?
That's Princess Diana's godson. That's crazy.
Well, that's how I'm going to set bond today for you. We're going to get this assigned to a judge and set for a trial. The folks at the jail can assist you in getting an attorney. You may go with the officer, Mr. Davis. Thank you.
I feel degraded.
All right.
He feels degraded. Oh, don't. You just made everyone laugh. We just watched two people in court that didn't make us laugh. It made us like question what, humanity. But thank you. You gave us a smile. We do appreciate it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These clips between 2 or 4 minutes, they're often really good. But yeah, there's little I can do with them. So I'm gonna put them all in one video and release them. I'm gonna get a bunch of stuff like this. Oh man. Ah. I need to stop. I need to stop because I can't stop smiling. My cheeks hurt. All right, that's all I got. That's all I got tonight, guys. Let's see. Okay, so our good friend Rich has put together something for me tonight. Just an idea that we have, or he has. And we might go forward with this, but he wants to put a list together of all the super chats and everything just to kind of re-acknowledge everyone at the end of the night. So I've got this image right here just to kind of rethink everybody as I put on the outro and we exit. So Rich, thank you so much for putting this together. I appreciate it. Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out. It was a great night. You guys are awesome. Biggin, thank you for the raid. Thank you, everybody, for the super chats, the gifted memberships, the membership milestones. You all are awesome. There's a special show going on tonight with KFAR, KDZ, and Shane's Done Criminals. So we're actually going to raid Shane. I've never raided Shane before. He is live right now with KDZ and KFAR. So we're going to raid Shane and go hang out with them. But let's see. Hold on. Let me bring this image up and hopefully I don't mess it up. Let's see how Rich did. I'm totally calling him out right now. Huge thank you to all who sent super chats, stickers, gifted, new renewed memberships. Oh, this is nice, Rich. I probably should have looked at it before I just brought it up. But yeah, oh, you even got the icons on there too? Oh, this is cool. I like this. I like this, Rich. Good job. Legal Fiction, Sierra, Cheshire Cat, Phil, Tupac, Sparkle Poots, Bill, Clip Clop. Thank you all. This is awesome. This is awesome, Rich. I do like it. I do. All right. Where's the stop sharing button at? Made it big. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm breaking things. Okay, we're back. We're back. Rich, thank you so much. That was awesome. I like that. I like that a lot. All right. We're gonna jump over to Shane now. Go tell him that I said hello. And yeah, have a great weekend. Again, it's a holiday weekend. Don't do anything dumb. You know, holiday weekend, the police are gonna be out. Don't drink and drive. Please, 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 please do not drink and drive. I always say don't do anything dumb. I will cover you. I don't want to. But I will. I don't want to see Legal Fiction and Cheshire Cat on my channel unless they're on the panel laughing at people that don't listen to me and they, go out and do dumb things. So you guys are awesome. Again, if I don't see you this weekend or whatever going forward, have a great holiday weekend. And I will see you next time. Until next time, bye. There we go. That's better. Let's go.